Hi there, this is Rivera, the Itinerant Librarian, coming one more time to bring you an under 5 review, where I tell you about a book and help you decide if you want to read it or not in under 5 minutes. Today's selection is The Witching Year, a memoir of earnest fumbling through modern witchcraft by Diana Helmuth. This is the front page, The Witching Year. This is a book in what I often call the someone does a stunt or activity for a year and they wrote a book about it, unquote, genre. In this book, you get to find out what a fairly secular and skeptical author does when she decides to try out and explore witchcraft for a year and a day. It can be an interesting journey, but it can also have some irritating moments along the way. Kind of like how real life works, huh? Up front, I'm going to state that she starts from a Wiccan point of view. She starts picking up very classic Wiccan texts to start her journey, and she starts it the way that many baby witches, as the term is used, do, which is basically you run a Google search for what are the best books on witchcraft or something similar to that. As we know, witchcraft, especially in the 21st century, is way more than just Wicca. It seems that she chose that out of convenience, plus the possibility that a lot of people in the US do equate witchcraft and Wicca. That's a whole other conversation. The way I understand it, all Wicca is witchcraft, but not all witchcraft is Wicca. It's kind of like the whole thing that all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon. But I digress. It seemed a little bit limiting to me, but it is her journey, and we are along for the ride. The one thing that I found irritating in the book is that she's constantly doubting. She has a need to doubt, constantly question. I don't mean doubting as in being skeptical or questioning now and then. I mean that she can be seriously insecure and she constantly overthinks things. There are times I honestly wanted to tell her to just go with the flow. In fact, some of the witchy people that she consults and some of her friends tell her just that, just go with the flow. That insecurity does get a little tiring after a while when you're reading the book. Aside from that, the book is interesting. The narrative is arranged by day numbers. Every day chapter has a little epigraph from a witchcraft or a pagan source, which is a nice detail. Day chapters vary in length. Longer chapters are about a few pages. So it is a relatively easy book to read. She talks about her ups, her downs, the good moments, the not so good moments, and trying to figure out things and seeking others in fellowship. It's a very humane story. I think some of the spiritual seekers out there might find something they can relate also. I kept reading because I wanted to see where the journey took her. Personally, I'm more of a solitary devotee of the cosmic joker. I do not really agree with the need to have a coven or fellowships, but it's up to you to decide as a practitioner. The book does end with a nice epilogue, although it is kind of bland, to be honest, but I'll leave it up to my readers again. Overall, it's a pretty good book. Unlike other books from seeker authors, I don't think this is going to piss off a whole lot of pagans. I mentioned that on my written review. You can go ahead and check that part out. I do recommend the book for libraries. You can add it to your pagan and esoterica holdings. You can also add it to your memoir or as one of those done in a yearbooks kind of display if you wanted to do it that way. We did order for a librarian. That's how I read it. In the end, I liked it, but I didn't really like it. It can be interesting, it can be irritating. She did put a lot of research in, but in the end, the story kind of wraps up in this little milquetoast kind of way. At the end, you may end up asking, was that it? So it does have a nice bibliography, and I did select a couple of works from the bibliography to read down the road. So I'm giving this particular one a 3 out of 5 stars. The book, again, is The Witching Year, a memoir of earnest fumbling through modern witchcraft by Diana Helmuth. It is published by Simon Element, which is an imprint of Simon & Schuster. Here's the front page again. You stuck with this far. Thank you for watching. In the words of Walter Mercado, mucha paz, mucho amor. Bye-bye.